Well, hello again. I am back for Rogue Reveals number 3. My name is Bronwen Stevens-Harding. I'm the director of Rogue Opera. If you've been watching Rogue Reveals number 1 and number 2, which are live on our Facebook and Vimeo and YouTube, then you'll know that this is a behind-the-scenes look at the Rogue Opera studio, which is here in my house in London, and also revealing some of the fantastic content that we have produced for the Rogue Opera VIP Pass platform this year. So if this is the first time you're watching Rogue Reveal, just to let you know very quickly, the Rogue Opera VIP Pass platform is an online membership subscription platform where we bring you weekly live shows of opera performances, arias and duets from the Rogue Opera studio here, with live music from our music director, Guy Murgatroyd. I've never got his name wrong before in all the live streams we've done all year. Sorry about that, Guy. And we also bring you some virtual performances of people who haven't been able to come to the studio, have recorded in their lounge room, and we broadcast from our lounge room to your lounge room. And we also have, which you're going to see very shortly on this reveal, interviews with some fantastic people from across the performing arts industry here in the UK. We're hoping to expand that interviewee list internationally into 2021, and these really fantastic people have given their time to talk to me over Zoom, as it has had to be this year, about the things that make them passionate about being in the performing arts industry and particularly in opera. So today I'm going to show you interview highlights of an interview I had with the British composer Will Todd, who is a really, really lovely man, as well as being a fantastic composer. First up, however, on the Rogue Reveal, I'm going to give you a special treat, which is a Christmas carol recorded here in the Rogue Opera studio by the Rogue Opera Carols Quartet singers, Anna Sideris, Maya Wheeler-Cowell, Max Laurie and Crispin Lewis, accompanied by Guy Murgatroyd. We had this performance broadcast live on Sunday the 20th of December, just a few days ago, and we had lots of people watching it live, but it's such a great thing to be able to share with everybody this Christmas, particularly when people are perhaps on their own or their plans have been changed or cancelled. We've made that performance available on demand for, well, not quite 7 days anymore, up until the 27th of December at midnight. I'm going to press a button and hopefully you'll start to see some information scrolling across the screen. So if you want some Christmas cheer, if you like what you're about to hear, there's titles on the screen so you can sing along at home. The Virtual Carols performance is a combination of performance pieces and also sing-along at home carols. You can watch it over and over again on demand. You can have it on repeat all day Christmas Day if you want, and it's only £10 per device. So I'm going to hand over to the Rogue Opera Carols Quartet to bring you Ding Dong Merrily on High.
Ding dong merrily on high, in heaven the bells are ringing. Ding dong merrily the sky is ring with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. In so below, let steeple bells be swinging, and the yo-yo-yo by priests and people singing. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Gloria, Hosanna in excelsis. Pray you, beautifully rhyme your Latin chimey rings. May
So if you're watching with me live right now, I hope you enjoyed singing along to that fantastic Ding Dong Merrily on High, and that's just one of 6 or 7 sing-along carols that we have available on the Rogue Opera Virtual Carols experience, which, as I said, is available until the 27th of December. If you are watching live, drop me a hello in the comments. If you've got any questions, please drop them in. And if you're catching up later on Facebook, Facebook does keep promoting these live videos, which is one of the reasons I'm popping up so many times in the next less than 48 hours before Christmas Eve, because while a lot of what we've done this year with the Rogue Opera VIP Pass platform has been absolutely to provide a performance platform, to just keep doing something, to be present, to not, spend 9 months drinking wine and eating cheese. It is, of course, my business, and for us to be able to keep on giving these performances, giving these performance opportunities to our singers, we need to sell. So this is a selling message. Some people think selling's a dirty word, but it's a give and take. We all work, all our performers study for years and years and years. We work very, very hard to hone our craft, to perfect our performances. Every single performance comes from the heart, but also from years and years of study. And so without your generous subscriptions to the Rogue Opera VIP Pass platform or buying of the Christmas carols, then we will not be able to continue. Having said that, it is not only something you might want to buy for yourself, it is also a great gift for somebody. And now that we are very close to Christmas, perhaps you have missed the posting deadline, perhaps you have not been able to get something that you've ordered already on Amazon, but what you can do is buy somebody a Rogue Opera 1, 3 or 12-month VIP Pass membership, and you can send them a virtual voucher. You can send it to them immediately, or you could specify to have it delivered on Christmas Day at midday or 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever you like. Your gift recipient will receive a virtual welcome email with a lovely gift to unwrap in the form of a musical present, and then they can activate their VIP Pass at any time. So I'm going to play one of our promotional videos to give you a little bit more information about that.
Toreador, oh garde, toreador, toreador. Et songe bien, oui, songe en combattant, que l'œil noir te regarde, et que l'amour t'attend, toreador. L'amour t'attend, toreador, toreador. L'amour t'attend.
So there's all the information you need, and of course accompanied by some beautiful performance. And that particular piece of music was from baritone Temba Mvula singing the Toreador's aria from Bizet's Carmen. And we featured Temba's virtual performance on our VIP Pass platform in show number 9. Each of our shows are themed, so we curate a selection of 3 to 4 to 5 pieces each week, myself and music director Guy Murgatroyd, and we give you some background, some introduction to the stories, the characters, the musical motifs you might want to look out for, because at the moment we're unable to present you a fully staged opera in this studio space. That is definitely something that will be coming next year. But the idea is that you get a personal introduction to the aria, you get a insight into the characters and stories, as I said. And the theme for that show, where we featured Temba's fantastic performance, was status, with the character Escamillo being a bullfighter, a toreador, and therefore of very high status. So I promised you earlier an excerpt from my interview with Will Todd, And it's just such a fantastic time I had speaking to him on the show. When we present the interview highlights, it's 5 or 6 minutes, and then we release the full interview, which is usually sort of 20, 30 minutes, sometimes up to an hour, when we really get chatting about amazing things. Then that full interview is released onto the VIP Pass platform as well. And everything that you might see on a live show, which happens every Friday, is then available on demand on the website as well. So if you signed up or you sent somebody a gift for Christmas, there are already over 100 pieces of on-demand content there, and we will be back on the 8th of January with our next live show, and there will be a very special Christmas Day episode released, not live, on the 25th of December. But let me hand over now to play the video excerpt interview with composer Will Todd. So I'm delighted to have Will Todd in conversation with Rogue Opera today. Will, you're, I've been told, one of the most in-demand British composers. Your works, among many other things, have been featured in Obama's inauguration, the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. You compose opera, you compose jazz, classical, orchestral music. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Wonderful.
I think, well, I know it all started in the family home back in Durham, where I grew up, where there was a piano, not this piano, it was actually an old upright that had belonged to my great-grandmother and had sort of come down through the family. And that was in the house. I had my sisters both learn to play the piano, and they were older than me, so I used to hear them playing. I used to hear this instrument being played. And I just gravitated towards this, what I thought was just the most fun toy, really, imaginable, where you press notes and it plays it for you, and then you press some other notes. So I was always messing about on the instrument. And we listened to lots and lots of music in the family home. And a very wide range, and I didn't realise how wide a range until I was sort of a teenager, and I realised that lots of my friends only listened to like one type of music or this type of music, and we would listen to pop music, rock music, folk music, classical music, choral music, opera, musical theatre. It was all played in the house, and I just thought that was normal. You know, I love playing in a piece of music that I've written. And I think people I work with enjoy it in the sense that you've got the person who wrote it playing in it. And I think that has quite a nice dimension. It's quite an old concept, but it's, you know, the idea, I mean, if you go back to Bach, Handel, Mozart, Beethoven era, they would always have performed in their pieces. I mean, it would have been odd for people not to be involved. But I don't know, in the 20th century, there's been a bit of a divergence sometimes between composers and people who play music. I think something that I often find, if someone's perhaps written a radio play, for example, where you can turn the drama very quickly, sort of off a single word. It's not that opera can't do that, but in a way, there has to be something more simple working in terms of sort of knowing what the emotions are and moving towards and from. I sometimes use the word clumsy. I mean, that's an awful word because it's negative, but what I mean is opera paints in bright colours. And if you don't make them bright colours, you lose some of the power of opera. So if everything becomes a bit sort of grey, moving to slightly less grey, moving to slightly darker grey, you're losing one of the great tools of musical theatre, which is big contrasts between very heartfelt moments, funny moments, you know, all those different things that music can do, but you've got to be sure which one you're in.
So that brings nicely to your newest work, Migrations, which I understand is a very collaborative work. It has 6 different, or at least 6 different writers, librettists in the opera terminology, and you're the person who brings that all together with the music.
It was an interesting process at the start because we had meetings with all 6 of us, sort of 7 of us, 6 writers and myself and director. And it was great. I mean, all the writers, some of the writers had some experience of writing for theatre, some had not. But they all brought fantastic cultural validity to all of their characters and scenes, which of course in a piece like this is crucial, because this is a story about different ethnicities moving around, often not being accepted. Racism obviously is a big theme in the opera, and you know, to have those different viewpoints was incredible. And you know, I learned so many things about how different people feel about their culture and their identity within another culture. It's bold, right? Opera is bold. It's colourful. Even on the smallest scale, it's colourful. It's flamboyant because it seeks to amplify, you know, commonplace emotions like sadness or joy and make them massive. You know, more massive, more joyous than you'd be in real life, sadder than you'd be in real life. You know, so it's flamboyant. So yes. Oh, and my final word therefore would be collaborative.
So I hope you enjoyed that fascinating interview with Will. The piece of work that he was talking about, Migrations, I do believe is going ahead next year, although everything, of course, is still a little uncertain. But I, for one, can't wait to see that when it does come to fruition. It sounds like an absolutely incredible piece of new theatre, new opera. So I love trying new things for the first time live. It's been the theme this year. Developing the VIP Pass platform was a huge learning curve. We first of all just live streamed on Facebook. And if you saw any of those very early live streams, you came on me on the journey of working out sound and cameras and lighting and multi-streaming and all that kind of thing. And then we were able to get our technology to a point of expertise, I will say, even though it's not professional, but enough that we felt very confident to launch the VIP Pass platform. However, as I've learnt in technology, every time you do something new or something slightly different, there is room for things to go wrong. But that's never stopped me before. So what I'm going to try and do right now is show you the VIP Pass platform live. So if I press a button here, we should be seeing something, which we're not. Let me try pressing this button. And now, okay, I'm just going to have to use the mouse. So I'm going to take away the scrolling thing there. I'm going to push that up, and now we can see the VIP Pass platform. So if you are a VIP Pass member, or you've sent somebody a VIP Pass as a gift, as soon as you've activated your membership, you come to vip.rogueopera.co.uk and you see this home screen. Hopefully I'm still logged in as I prepared earlier. So if you wanted to, having just seen Will Todd's interview excerpts on the live show, you could come then back to the platform and click on, where's it gone? This is where you should never try things for the first time live. Here we go, interviews. And you would come to that page on the website, and then you can see we have all the excerpts and the full interviews of the people that we've looked at. So you click through and you can rewatch any of those at your leisure. If we return to the home screen, Then some of the other features that we have on the VIP Pass platform are, of course, our live shows. So you can watch live every week, every Friday, 1 p.m. GMT, or you can catch up with those on demand. And at the moment, we have 18 live shows there on demand. There's also a performance archive where we have the individual pieces taken out of the show. So you could, for example, watch Temba's Toreador aria over and over again, or you could watch the Flower Duet. Lots of lovely things there that we're adding to every week or so. And then if you watched the Rogerville number 2, you would have seen Guy's Secco 60, and that is where you could come here, and we are now up to episode 24 of Secco 60. So you can scroll through and watch those again at your leisure. And one of the nice things about the Secco 60 page that we have instigated, because Guy, here appropriately, has appeared with a picture of a cheetah, because he speaks so fast and fits so much information into those 60 seconds of opera terminology, then what we have done is enabled a transcript. So if you really, really want to study up on those pearls of wisdom that he has revealed and terminology that he's debunked for you, then you can look at the transcript as well as watch the videos over and over again. So some of the other things that are there on the home screen, the history segment, if you watch Rogue Reveals number 4, which will be broadcast tonight UK time, then I'm going to give you a example, a review of our first Treading the Boards of History episode, which is put together by our wonderful choreographer and music director, Michelle Buckley. So that's what the Rogue Opera VIP Pass looks like for someone coming to it for the first time. And as I said, content there is constantly growing, and we've got big, big plans for next year. So before I wrap up for this lunchtime broadcast, I'm going to show you another little advertising video which has been made by the wonderful Hilary Stevens, and this is perhaps your solution if you have missed that all-important posting deadline for Christmas. So 1 month, 3 month, or 12 months, fantastic gift for someone this Christmas. It might be a gift for somebody who you know absolutely loves opera, or it might be a gift for someone that you'd normally buy some tickets to go and see some live performance, whether that's theatre, opera, musical theatre, as Will Todd said. You know, there are no barriers between, it's all performance art. If that's a gift you'd normally give to someone, perhaps you could buy them a pass and yourself a pass, and you could enjoy exploring some content and some performances together until that time we can all go back to the theatre. So I'm going to sign off now. I'll be back, as I said, this evening, UK time around 7 o'clock. Might be a little early for some of our Antipodean friends, family and fans, but I will be back also early tomorrow morning UK time, which will be Christmas Eve in Australia. I have a very special Australian piece of content to show you, so please do tune in. And if you tune in to Rogerville number 4 tonight, we're going to have a fantastic duet, and also, as I said, a Treading the Boards of History episode where our choreographer and movement director, Michelle Buckley, will give us some insight into some of the fascinating history of opera, theatre and ballet. See you all soon.